and you're listening to CHMA.
The time is 9 o'clock and you're listening to CHMA 106.9 FM.
And now it's time for your CHMA News. We're broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, the heart of the Maritimes and the traditional and unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people. Coming up in the next 15 minutes, we'll have your local news, Atlantic update, weather, sports update, and some community announcements. It is Thursday, January the 22nd. We'll have a local news story for you tomorrow on Friday. We're currently doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for new local stories. And we have some briefs prepared that are also local stories, but in a bit of a different way. And a big thanks, of course, to Katie Tower for helping us with the briefs. Katie's our community mentor and editor, working with Clinton Davis, as who's been acting as the journalist. Local briefs for the Tantramar region. The Garnet and Gold Musical Theatre Society at Mount Allison University is getting set to bring beloved characters and songs from Disney's The Little Mermaid to life as they take to the stage this weekend at Convocation Hall. The cast and crew of the show invite the audience to join them under the sea for an unforgettable journey as they take on timeless classic for Garnet and Gold's 2026 production. Directed by Karen Verlaine, this magical musical adventure follows the story of Ariel, a curious young mermaid who dares to dream of life beyond the sea. Ariel will be portrayed by third-year drama student Chloe Smith and will be joined on stage by Eric, played by second-year music student George Clancy, and an ensemble that will fill the stage with energy and help bring the story to life. The Little Mermaid will open tonight, January 22nd at 7:30 p.m. Other showtimes include Friday, January 23rd and 24th at 7:30 p.m. and a matinee performance on January 24th at 1 p.m. For more information, you can visit garnetandgoldmta.ca. Tickets can be purchased online or at the door. And the Owens Art Gallery has been awarded $820,000 in core funding, which will provide a significant boost to the gallery's operations, exhibitions, public programming, and artist-centric initiatives. The funding, which was awarded through the Canada Council for the Arts Artistic Catalyst Program, recognizes the Owens Art Gallery's leadership as a public art institution and its ongoing contribution to contemporary art and community engagement in Atlantic Canada. The Owens was among a select group of organizations across Canada to receive funding through this highly competitive peer-assessed national program. The significant investment from the Canada Council for the Arts recognizes the gallery's national impact and the role the arts play in fostering critical inquiry, creativity, and meaningful connections between the university and the wider community, said Mount Allison President Ian Sutherland. The 130-year-old Owens is Canada's oldest university art gallery and plays a central role in the cultural life of Sackville, Mount Allison University, and southern New Brunswick. This funding will support the gallery's long-term sustainability and its continued work with artists, students, scholars, and the public. And now we'll get into your CHMA Atlantic update for January the 22nd. Just give me 1 second to push some buttons. And here we go. Crown prosecutors have withdrawn charges against a New Brunswick police officer. The St. John police sergeant was facing a charge of sexual assault and breach of public trust laid last November by the province's police oversight body. The watchdog agency received a report in February last year of a historical allegation of sexual assault by a police officer. After the agency finished its investigation, prosecutors determined there wouldn't be a likely prospect of convicting the sergeant and withdrew the charges. RCMP are seeking the public's help following a hit and run on the weekend in Dunlop, New Brunswick. Investigators say on Saturday night around 9 p.m., a dark-colored sedan traveling in the wrong direction hit another vehicle head-on in the Morrison Road and fled the scene. There were no injuries. It's believed the sedan sustained light damage to the front end, and police are seeking witnesses and dashcam footage that could further the investigation. And the budding hydrogen sector in Atlantic Canada is welcoming a 200 million euro commitment from the European Union to support the production of renewable hydrogen and its derivatives from Canada. The EU's executive branch approved the money last week, saying it will unlock another 200 million euros, the equivalent of $323 million, in Canadian investment for fuels that would be exported to Germany. Germany says this could mean almost 2.5 million fewer tons of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Everwind Fuels, which is planning to begin construction this year on a hydrogen plant in Point Tupper, says the funding gives a concrete route to secure long-term offtake deal. And the Nova Scotia government has said its crackdown on illegal cannabis shops was motivated in part by the desire to rein in human trafficking and ensure cannabis sold in the province was not contaminated with fentanyl. But the provincial justice minister and local police say have not received reports of human trafficking linked to contraband cannabis, and the police say have no evidence of fentanyl being present in seized cannabis. Provincial Justice Scott Armstrong issued a directive in early December for police to crack down on cannabis, saying it posed a major health risk to Nova Scotians. Premier Tim Houston claimed a police officer told him seized cannabis test positive for fentanyl, but both the Nova Scotia RCMP and the Halifax Regional Police say Health Canada testing has shown no such results. And a 23-year-old woman in central Newfoundland is facing charge of assault with a weapon after someone in Grand Falls, Windsor was attacked with bear spray. RCMP arrested the suspect on Sunday night. The victim was taken to hospital for treatment. The Mounties described what happened as an isolated incident, but no other details were released. And a PEI man has been sentenced to a year in jail after triggering a lockdown at an island school. The 46-year-old was under a court order to not have any contact with his ex-partner or their children when he showed up at Morel Consolidated School on December 17th, visibly intoxicated and looking for his kids. After police arrived and arrested the man, they found the car he was driving that day had earlier been reported stolen. He was sentenced to 6 months in jail for mischief and 6 months for the stolen car. And that is your CHMA Atlantic update. Let's take a quick look at the 7-day forecast from Environment Canada. Looks like its current conditions are currently 1 degree. Wind chill is reported as being -7. And a quick window check shows a beautiful snowy day if you don't have to be out there and if you're warm inside. But looks like we got about 1 inch or 2 or snowfall last night. Not too much, but just enough to make the roads quite messy. So do be careful if you're going out there. I'll have a quick road update in just a second after I'll let you know what the weather is. So for today, you can expect periods of snow becoming mixed with rain near noon. Ending this afternoon, then cloudy with a 60% chance of flurries. Rainfall about 5 centimeters. Sorry, that's about 5 centimeters. Wind becoming southwest 20, high +1, wind chill -9 this morning. For tonight, partially cloudy, 60% chance of flurries this weekend, and after midnight, wind southwest 20, becoming west 20, gusting to 40 this evening, and then light overnight, a low of -8. Wind chill -7 this evening, and -14 overnight. For Friday, the 23rd of January, sunny, wind becoming southwest 20 and 40 up to 40 in the morning, up to 50 in the afternoon, wind chilled -16. Friday night, clear, low of -18. For Saturday, sunny with a high of -14, clear on Saturday night with a low of -20. Sunny on Sunday, high of -13. Snow on Sunday night, low of -14. Snow on Monday, high of -7. Flurries Monday night, low of -14. And for Tuesday, January the 27th, cloudy with a 60% chance of flurries and a high of -11. Cloudy periods on Tuesday night, a low of -18. And that, there you go. That is your wild weather update for Thursday, January 29th going in. Before we move into the sports update, sorry, Brian, I'm just going to do a quick little road check here. New Brunswick 511 has sent in about 3 messages this morning, the latest update being at 8:40 a.m., and they're saying Highway 16 from Aulick to Port Elgin, Route 15, covered in snow, partially covered snow, icy patches, slushy patches, but the visibility is marked as good. Not great, just good. Not amazing, just good. So I don't know what I think that's kind of what their rating is. Good means that it's okay, but not great at all. And looking at an earlier update for Highway 2, again, ice patches, slushy patches, good visibility, but still just be careful out there. They are still snow covered. Be careful on those highways. All right. That is that. Now we are going to get into the sports update with Dr. Brian Nielsen here on the Voice of the Marshes. And here's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update.
Last night in Madison Square Garden in New York City, the New York Knickerbockers absolutely embarrassed, trashed, pummeled, humiliated the Brooklyn Nets. The Knicks secure their largest margin of victory in franchise history. They defeat their crosstown rivals 120 to 66. The Boston Celtics hosted the Indiana Pacers, 119-104 final there. The Hawks get by the Memphis Grizzlies down in Tennessee by a bucket, 124-122. It was the Pistons over the Pelicans in New Orleans, 112-104. Thunder with the victory over the Milwaukee Bucks, 122-102. And out on the West Coast, thanks to scoring twice as many points as their opponents in the third quarter, the Toronto Raptors defeat the Sacramento Kings 122-109. Turning to NHL action, the original sixth battle last night in Toronto saw the Detroit Red Wings defeat the Maple Leafs 2-1 in overtime. It was a 2-1 final in a shootout in Colorado where Anaheim got the better of the Avalanche. Mammoth, Utah defeats the Philadelphia Flyers, who were by for a visit, 5-4 in overtime. Other games included the Flames being put out by the Penguins, 4-1 final for Pittsburgh. Kraken at Climate Pledge Arena defeat the New York Islanders 4-1. And the Vancouver Canucks hold on to defeat the visiting Washington Capitals 4-3. One game in the PWHL last night took overtime for the Montreal Victoire to be victorious on the road against the Minnesota Frost in St. Paul, 2-1 final there. And finally, Victoria Mboko, Canada's lone remaining contestant in the Australia Open, advances to the round of 32 today, where she'll take on the American Clara Clausen. And yesterday, it was Daniel Shapovalov getting upset by Miran Cilic, 4-6, 3-6, 2-6.
And that's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update. Please be sure to check out Brian's show on Mondays at 8:30 a.m. for more sports commentary. And let's take a look now on the socials and see what's going down on this snowy day. School was not canceled. No, school is still up. The Tantramar high school is in exam period right now, and I think they've already missed Monday was canceled, but no, school is on today. There is a couple words from the municipality, and I'm just doing a quick scan here to make sure this is let's just go for it and see what comes out of this. They got a new note up here from the Southwest Regional Service Commission that is doing a partnership with the municipality of Tantramar. They're inviting local dreamers, champions, and community groups to take part in a conversation about the potential Southeast New Brunswick Trail Towns Network. This initiative explores how Tantramar could become part of a regional cycling and hiking network, beginning with a proposed 170 route from Alma to Cape Acadie, and how local trails, values, and priorities can guide any future growth. That's an amazing thing. That's coming up next Tuesday, not that far away. So if you got a pencil and paper, write this down, put this one on the front. The Lobes, Tuesday, January 27th, 6 p.m. at the Council Chambers, 31C Main Street. So again, that is a meeting with the Southeast Regional Service Commission in partnership with the municipality of Tantramar, dealing with the potential for a Trail Towns network. And if you are looking for more information about that, you can reach out to Mark Leger, Regional Trails Coordinator. They can be reached at marc.leger@nbse.ca. You can also give them a call at 506-381-4887. And I know from personal experience that there's going to be a long list of people in this town that are going to be really excited to try to make that happen, because hiking, biking, and all that kind of stuff is very popular around here, and that would be a wonderful thing to build up that network. Yeah. In other news, the CHMA is also accepting applications for a variety of paid summer student positions across multiple departments, including public works, active living and culture, tourism, communications, and administration. These roles offer hands-on experience, full-time hours, and a chance to learn how local government works while supporting public services in your community. And indeed, from personal experience, these they really make the summers just really incredibly active and wonderful here in Sackville. It's always a great time to see who the crew are going to be with the municipality, because it's a long list and they do a ton of programming. And of course, thanks to the municipality for putting all the effort into all of those positions. If you're interested, the application deadline is March the 1st at 4:30 p.m. and you'll want to reach out to visit tantmarnb.com/careers to get more information on the list of positions as well as how to apply for them. So do not dilly-dally, get those in. And I have a teenager at home that I will also try to encourage to get them in there. I'm just kind of looking up what they have there for positions. And I'm seeing a list. They've got... are those student laborers? Yeah, there you go. Public Works, student laborers, 5 positions under the engineering and public works. So that's a lot. Active living and culture. We have a parks student laborers, parks student coordinator, summer program coordinator, summer programming staff. They have a head lifeguard and then also lifeguards. Not sure how many, but over at Tourism and Communications, they have a visitor information center supervisor. That's a bilingual position. Travel counselor guide. That's also bilingual. And communications summer student and finance and administration department has an accounting/administrative student. And that was about it, but I might have missed a couple of things. I'm just throwing out some ideas there. If anything resonated with you, then or someone you know, pass the good word on. And quickly, as a last note, I'll mention that the CHMA is now accepting applications for position of Director of Protective Services. It's a senior leadership role that oversees fire services, bylaw enforcement, animal control services, and emergency management to help keep the community safe. So that more information is at tantmarnb.com/news, and you'll find that all there. Taking a quick breath and going over to the CHMA community calendar, I will once again, as I have been, remind you that Tweez, our community media intern here at the Voice of the Marshes, and one of their things that they'll be doing as a weekly commitment is putting out events on Sunday night. They'll get published, and they will be put out in our newsletter on Monday about what is happening during the week. We're pretty excited about that because it helps us get the word out about what's happening. If you have anything, as always, submit it to psa@chmafm.com or at station@chmafm.com, or visit our website and visit the menu under Community News and submit a local announcement. And just as a quick tip, I don't think it has ever happened, but we do have that capability, and we love it when it does happen, is that you can record these at home using your own phone. Just remember the microphone on your phone is kind of at the bottom. Bring it back about 6 inches from your mouth, and give it a little tip, because P's and S's can be the enemy of microphones. But if you just voice an announcement, a happy birthday, happy anniversary, if you got an event that's happening, you just voice that into a voice memo and email it to us at CHMA at station@chmafm.com. We'll get it and tidy it up and put that on air for sure. We love doing those things, and we wish that more people did that. And just to prove that it works, in emergency situations, like with the sports update, Brian Nielsen does that, and it works quite well. So that's a great way to get your voice out on the Voice of the Marshes. Otherwise, what's coming up? Well, this is Thursday, so it is the on week for Duckies Trivia. So that is 7 o'clock tonight. Sackville Film Society Secret Agent is up tonight as well over at the Amherst Theatre. Dirty Picture 2 down at Strutt's Gallery tomorrow night at 5 o'clock doing an opening, and that is with artist Ryan Danny Owen. and that exhibition will be up until April 15th. Also have on Sunday the Writers Open Mic, and that is at the Bill Johnstone Memorial Park from 3 to 4. And there is a film at the Owens Art Gallery. Cinematheque is screening tomorrow night the film A Matter of Life and Death, a classic film. Of course, the Farmers Market is up at the TVMCC on Saturday morning, and I realized that I didn't do that chronologically, but that is the way it goes. The voice of the marshes. There will be Owens is doing a bunch of programming right now, so we'll have some updates for that as well. And of course, the Sweetest Little Thing has been announced, and we'll have more information and some coverage about that as the month goes on. All right, I hope you're feeling updated. Got a couple of words from the staff here at CHMA, and then we'll get into some music and take you to the end of the morning show at 9:30.
Ashanti dreams of writing wonderful books. Tomas dreams of building the cities of the future. Cassie dreams of going home, of sleeping in her own bed, of turning 10. Right now in Canada, more than 10,000 children are being treated for cancer, and 1 in 5 will not survive. When you support Childhood Cancer Canada, you help fund critical research and provide financial assistance to families in their fight. Give life to dreams beyond kids' cancer at livefordreams.ca.
Hey folks, the Writers Open Mic is now back and is happening on Sunday, Jan 25th from 3 to 4 p.m. at the Bill Johnstone Memorial Park. It is a free and monthly event for writers of all ages, genres and backgrounds. So mark your calendars and do not forget, folks.
And that was your CHMA news. Please visit www.chmafm.com for more news and to sign up for our email newsletter. Funding is provided by our monthly sustainers, the Community Radio Fund of Canada, and the Municipality of Tantramara's Community Development Grant. If you have a story idea or would like to include an announcement, please write us at news@chmafm.com. And it is 9:22 in the morning. I've been your host, James Anderson, with you since about 8:30. Before that, Kimmy Trin was doing the morning show, and it is Thursday, so let's take a quick schedule update. We're just inches away from releasing the confirmed CHMA schedule for the winter, and I know that it is January 23rd, but that's how it goes. And the winter season really, probably lasts about 3 months, I think, into March. And then the programming will change up as a lot of our student volunteers will get into exams and then wrapping things up. It seems like the academic year is a bit shorter than it normally has. But thankfully, that means we're going to be getting into summer. And also, thankfully, we have a long list of hosts that are doing a lot of airtime on the Voice of the Marshes these days, and a new host joining us next week is going to be Joseph. He'll be jumping on the mic at 3 p.m. weekdays, and Joseph just joins us as a new host. Craig Muvasa retiring the foam. That's a new phrase. Retiring his headphones, I guess it would sound more better. But Craig might join us again. It's not to say, Craig is just focusing on the aviation flying part, which means he has to dedicate more time to being in Moncton and isn't able to hang around the Voice of the Marshes these days, but has, kept the communication lines open and might join us in the summer. But Craig really was missing hosting, and we hope to hear from Craig again soon. But Joseph will be joining us, and we'll have a little bit of a change up in the hosting schedule, and that Eric Gohill, who in the fall was 11 to 12, will return next week to the 11 to 12 spot. So I'll give a quick rundown of what you can expect today. And next week is going to be just a smidge different, but always getting better all the time. Today at 10 o'clock, we have Time of Useful Consciousness Radio, and then some great morning music taking you into the noon show. And then I'll be joining you for the noon show as we eagerly anticipate the triumphant return of Siley Sringapore. The snow may cause Siley to not get in today either. So it's, pushing it back. We'll see. But Siley is back in the country and making a great effort But yeah, there's no big hurry. Better safe than anything else. So yeah, it could be tomorrow. Democracy Now! Up at 1 o'clock. Afternoon show with Eric Gohill coming in at 3. Ashna, 4 p.m. with the Drive Time show. Maya Noel live at 5. Moving into 6 o'clock with Cantaloupe Island, our incredible jazz mix. Bonsai, legendary Jack Ketty, 7 to 9. 40 plus years on the radio. Keeping it going with some of the best classic rock on the dial anywhere in the world. Can I say that? I can. Just did. Done it. Sarfanama with Siley Singapore up maybe at 10 p.m. Might be, but something's telling me that you might have to wait till next week. But don't take my word for it. Yeah, and Craig Dunsmuir's Grotheries at 11 p.m. So that is your Thursday. And yeah, just to say, coming up next week, we'll have live hosts at 7:30, 8:30, into 9:30, and then back again at 11, into 12, into 3, 4, 5. So that is incredible. I want to give a big shout out to everybody that is working here at the Voice of the Marshes. We've had kind of a bit of a switch up in how we're trying to figure out how to do things as such a small station, but it is it's working out quite well. And I also want to give a big shout out to the news team of Clinton Davis, who's been a journalist with us for almost a year now, a part-time journalist. So it's a big thing because Clinton does work a full-time job as well as participating as a part-time journalist. So that's a big commitment. We really appreciate it, as well as we do with our community mentor and editor, Katie Tower, who is as well joining us in addition to doing a full-time position. And Mike Robart joins us just earlier this Monday and is just getting in training and getting up to speed on joining us. So yeah, we'll have some more news coming in from Mike Robart starting up hopefully next week. But again, as time goes, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, if you have anything for the news department, always reach out to news@chmafm.com. And everyone also has their individual emails. Clinton Davis at chmafm.com, Mike Robart at chmafm.com, and Katie Tower at chmafm.com. And you can always reach out to station at chmafm.com if you have any questions or anything else related to the news that you want to talk to me about. All right, let's get some music going. I have no, and no. Big Thief has played a lot, but why not play some more here on the Voice of the Marshes? We always seem to have a Big Thief song, as well as a Kate LeBon song, as well as a Katie Tupper song. These are artists that are just very magical at always having something coming out, something hot on the plate. So we're going to play a Big Thief song, Double Infinity. Then we've got Perfume Genius with It's a Mirror, and Igloo with Blade Bird, all here on the Voice of the Marshes at 9:27. I've been your host, James Anderson. It's been the morning edition. I will take off and get back to my administrative duties, and I could see you again at 12 o'clock. Let's see how that goes. Okay, take care.
Get ready for the sound of the underground. Every Friday night at 10, CHMA 106.9 FM brings you The Drop, live. Melodic and progressive house music performed live off the floor by Smiley Myris. Hypnotic rhythms, deep grooves, and sounds you can feel deep into your chest. Tune in on the radio and watch it unfold live on TikTok. This is The Drop Live, Fridays at 10.
Lost or waiting, trouble